So, hi everyone. So, in Module 3, there are two main chapters, that is, social responsibility was the first chapter, and the second chapter is entrepreneurship. So, in our first chapter, that is social responsibility, we covered whether it can be a manager or it can be an entrepreneur or it can be an organization. They have a role to play. What sort of role? That means they have some social responsibility. It can be towards the public, it can be towards the people or public, one at the same. It can be towards the government, the presently being run. So it can be towards nature, so it can be towards the environment part. So there are many ethics a manager, an organization or an entrepreneur needs to follow in order to fulfill his social responsibility. So this was the things we covered in our last chapter. So in this particular chapter, we are going to deal with an interesting topic. This topic can change your life, it can turn your life. That means it deals with a concept called as entrepreneurship. What do you mean by an entrepreneur? As I had already explained when I took up the first two presentation session, that I gave some general talks with respect to management and entrepreneurship. At that time I explained you can start your new venture. So without depending on others, you can start your new venture if you are having the right mindset, right ideas which can create opportunities, jobs and also money. That makes you a successful entrepreneur. So this particular chapter will give all the necessary ingredients a particular individual needs in order to become a successful entrepreneur. So we shall try to go through all those topics in detail in this particular chapter. So first we shall try to understand what do you mean by entrepreneurship? What do you mean by an entrepreneur? What will be the role an entrepreneur will play in society? The importance of an entrepreneur? How an entrepreneur will impact the society, that we will see. Later on we will see the characteristics an entrepreneur should possess, what are all the different characteristics an entrepreneur should possess. Then we shall see the different types of entrepreneur. There are many different types. Based on some aspects we divide the entrepreneur into many types. We shall see those many different types of entrepreneur. Then we shall see the difference between entrepreneur and intrapreneur. So we shall try to go through all these topics in a detailed manner. First we shall start with the first topic, that is definition of an entrepreneur. What do you mean by an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur can be someone who visualizes things. You will be having some ideas. So you will visualize, if I do this particular kind of thing, this can be the results I will be getting. So you will consider all the aspects. So you will visualize what can be done in order to achieve better results. So whenever he is visualizing, he is 100% sure that he will completely perform those actions. That is called as actualizer. So we can call our entrepreneur as an visualizer and actualizer. Before an individual becomes an entrepreneur, he needs to be a visualizer. He needs to know how to visualize things. Then also he needs to know how to accomplish the visualized things. ಏನೇನು ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನಾನು ವಿಜುವಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಕಂಪ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಹ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಗೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲೈಸರ್. So an entrepreneur needs to be a visualizer and also he needs to be an actualizer. So the second point with respect to entrepreneur is that whenever you are taking up some new venture or some new activity, it certainly involves some amount of uncertainty. That's why all entrepreneurs never succeed. There is some risk of uncertainty. So in order to reduce that risk of uncertainty, you should have proper planning. You should be knowing what the market demands, what is the need for the market. So that needs to be in your mind, then only you can become a successful entrepreneur. So in any entrepreneurship activity, it involves certain amount of uncertainty. There is a risk of uncertainty. You never know the venture you are taking up might succeed or not. It might be a failure. But if you are taking the correct steps, then successfully it will be a successful venture. So that is the second point. So an entrepreneur can be someone who innovates something new. We can call an individual as an entrepreneur if he is starting something new. So usually nowadays you are seeing wheels food being provided on trucks. So this was the concept in Western countries, but in India also this concept is becoming popular. Someone innovated this particular idea long back. Now that has been implemented and it has become a successful venture. You are providing food to people through trucks. The truck can be mobile. That means it can travel from place to place. When it is traveling from place to place, it will be easier for you to serve larger number of people. So it is somewhat innovating. A new idea came into existence. So we can call that particular individual who come up with new ideas, who innovate something new, he can be called as an entrepreneur. That is the third point. The last point. Usually an entrepreneur is someone who will buy at a certain price. He knows the price of a particular product. But raw materials, I will say the raw materials. Whenever you are producing a product, that means you are producing a mobile. Let us take an example. You are producing a mobile. So in order to produce mobile, you need to buy some raw materials. You will be knowing the price of those raw materials. Those will be fixed. But you will never be knowing the selling price of your final product, because once the demand in the market reduces, you will be selling your product at a lesser price. If the demand in the market increases, then you will be selling your product at an higher price. So that's why an entrepreneur is someone who will buy at a certain price, but he will never be knowing at what price he will be selling. So these are all the 4 points to remember whenever a word called as entrepreneur comes to your mind. Who is an entrepreneur? He is the person who visualizes things. He is the person who knows how to accomplish those things. He can be called as an actualizer. The second point, there will be some amount of uncertainty. You never know your new venture will succeed or not. There is some risk of uncertainty. The third point, an entrepreneur is someone who will innovate something new. You will come up with new ideas. The fourth point, you will be buying at a certain price, but you will never be knowing the price at which you will be selling. So these are the 4 points you need to remember with respect to a word called as entrepreneur. So next we shall move on to the next topic, which is importance of entrepreneurship. That means as a whole, when it comes to the country called as India, when it comes to a particular region, when it comes to a particular state, when it comes to a particular organization, what benefit your entrepreneurship process can provide. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರಿನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ಸು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಗಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ರೀಜನ್ಗಾಗಲಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಗಾಗಲಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. That we are going to see in this particular topic called as importance of entrepreneurship. So the first point, how your entrepreneurship can be benefited to your organization. That means the economic growth of a particular country will increase. The industrial growth of a particular country will increase because you will be coming up with new ideas. So in order to implement those new ideas, you need to set up industries. So the industrial growth will grow. The economic development of a country will increase. The GDP of a particular country will grow higher. That is what is happening in developed countries. Particularly in countries like as Japan, they are coming up with new products, new ideas. So when you come up with new products, new ideas, obviously it will create new opportunities, new jobs, ultimately leading to the economic growth of a particular country, industrial growth of a particular country. That particular region will grow. In Japan, if any particular state is coming up with a new product, then you will be employing the people present in that particular region. That region will get new infrastructure. That region will get employment opportunities. So once you are providing employment opportunity to many number of individuals, then they will be paying some taxes to the government. So that will increase the per capita income of a country. That is what has been mentioned in the second point. So since all the individuals will be, since many of the individuals will become employed, it will obviously increase the per capita income of a particular country. All people will be paying tax to the government. The GDP of a country will rise. The standard of living will become better. People will start to purchase more. Once purchasing becomes more, obviously the regional growth, the economic growth, the country growth also simultaneously increases. So these are the first two important points. Second point, third point. So whenever you are coming up with new ideas, obviously you will be releasing some new products into the market. So in order to manufacture those new products, you will be providing plenty of opportunities to the country and also creating many number of jobs to all the individuals, to all the skillful individuals. So they will become employed. That is the third point. And also as an entrepreneur, you will be the boss. You don't want to, or there is no need for you to obey from your superior, because you are the person, you are the entrepreneur. You will be taking the decisions. You will be becoming the boss. All the decisions you will be taking will be on your own. So those decisions can be successful or it can be a failure. But ultimately you will be the boss. You don't have to depend on anyone above you. You don't want to hear instructions from your superior. So all the decisions will be taken by you only. That can be leading to success or failure. So cautiously you need to take all those decisions as a boss. So these are the first four important points with respect to entrepreneurship. How entrepreneurship is benefiting. The fifth point. As an entrepreneur, many people will come up with ideas. But just only coming up with ideas does not make you an entrepreneur. So once you come up with ideas, those ideas needs to be put into practice. You need to know how to implement those ideas. So without knowing how you can implement those ideas, how you can put those ideas into action, your idea becomes a failure. So that's why it is not at all enough just to come up with ideas. You also need to be aware of how you can put your ideas into practice. So the sixth point, which is also an important point in present scenario and in many scenarios, you will be making money. So compared, if you are a successful entrepreneur, compared to a salaried individual, you will be making a lot of money. So not only you will be making money, the individuals, the employees who are working under you, they will also be making money. The government will be making money. The government GDP will be increasing. So money making will also be a factor when it comes to entrepreneurship. Sixth point. So when you become an entrepreneur, it is not like an employee. It is not like a salaried individual. So when you become an entrepreneur, you need to be having experience with respect to every field, every aspect. So it can be marketing, it can be technical part, it can be the personal interaction with human beings. You need to be expertise in all those aspects, expertise in all those fields. How you can become expertise in all those fields? That comes by experience. So once you start up a new venture, you will be interacting with new people. You need to interact with the government. You need to interact with the clients. You need to interact with the market. So you will be gaining all those experience and you will become a successful entrepreneur. And also the most important thing when it comes to entrepreneurship, you will be having a sense of personal satisfaction, because You came up with that particular idea, you implemented that particular idea, you are not depending on anyone to make any changes. So it's completely your passion. So it gives you some sort of personal satisfaction for creating something new and running that something new you innovated. So that's why these are the major points you need to remember when it comes to importance of entrepreneurship. And also you will be working in the area of field you enjoy. Because obviously when you are coming up with an idea, that will be an idea you enjoyed. Because if you come up with that idea, obviously that idea is giving some passion for you, is giving some interest to you. You are interested in that particular idea. You are passionate towards that particular idea. So you will be working in an area of field where you can enjoy, where you can explore. So these are the major points to remember when it comes to importance of entrepreneurship. So the next question you might ask, sir, are there any differences between entrepreneur and manager? Are entrepreneur and manager one at the same? The answer is obviously no. They are not same. They are completely different. Some skills might match between entrepreneur and manager, but they are completely different. Now we shall try to look some of the differences between an entrepreneur and a manager. An entrepreneur, who is an entrepreneur? He is the person who will innovate something new. Once he innovates something new, he needs to put that new idea innovated into action. Who is a manager? A manager is someone who will receive instruction from the superior, who will receive instruction from the top level management. So he won't be innovating anything new. So it won't be his own venture. The venture of someone others, that particular manager will implement. So we shall try to see the differences. So an entrepreneur can be called as own boss because he is the one. You will be in the complete control. So you will be having